Hello guys, Ivan KVS here and welcome to Shark Numbers. In this video tutorial, I will show you how to register your business on Coinbase and be able to deposit USD, convert it into crypto, and receive payments via crypto and turn those crypto payments into cash by using your business account. This video tutorial is for individuals who have LLCs or corporations in the United States. So if you do have a company that is active and for whatever reason you need a Coinbase account linked to your company, this video tutorial is for you. Before you started watching, keep in mind that your registration will be successful if your company has at least some activities. If you have a bank account and if you purchased something or had some incoming payments, the process will be extremely easy for you and you will be able to painlessly create a business account associated with your company. If your company is new and you don't have any transactions yet, hold on. Try to have a few activities before you begin the registration process. Make sure you have at least something. I created multiple business accounts for several of my companies, and whatever I'm going to show you in this video, I have done multiple times. So just give you a heads up, if your company is brand new and it doesn't have any kind of financial activity, just do something, okay? Dedicate a month or two to run something. Deposit money onto your business account, have some transactions, have some spendings first before you begin the registration process on Coinbase. So if this information is clear, let's begin. Without further ado, let's get rolling. What I'm showing you on my screen right now is information related to business onboarding. You can learn more about it. I can summarize everything to you. Companies can be different, and in this video I will show you how to create a Coinbase account associated with the business that does not represent a professional broker, that is not qualified as a financial institution. I'm going to show the onboarding process for a business that probably receives payments in crypto or pays employees by using cryptocurrency. Something simple, something that is not associated with professional financial services. If your company is not planning to operate trading activities, if your company does not represent a brokerage, financial broker, if you are not planning to create a crypto-backed lending platform and you need a Coinbase account for that reason, then you should be fine. If you're a marketplace that maybe receives payments in cryptocurrency, or I don't know, you're an influencer, a crypto YouTuber who gets paid with crypto, you should be fine. Go on Coinbase.com and scroll all the way down to the footer section. Here you will see this section called businesses. Click on institutional. Even though you're not a professional institution, you still need to click on this section, institutional, and you will see this screen. So just click on get started and begin your application process. This form is pretty simple. Just fill out the form. The form is very simple. All you have to do is to put your first and last name, the email address associated with your company, and the password. Click on create account and boom, you will receive a link. You're supposed to receive an email address that is titled verify your email address. The email address is going to look like this. All you have to do is to click on verify email address, and one of the several steps related to the registration process is over. Now you need to pick the phone number. Coinbase will send the verification code to that phone number. All right, the phone number is confirmed, and I'm going to move forward with the organization name. Make sure that the name of your organization is exactly what you have on your papers. You will need their certificate of incorporation and you will need your EIN number. And this name has to match what you have on your certificate of incorporation or a similar document. Now, pay close attention to this form. This form is very important. It will let Coinbase know what type of services you operate. It'll be significantly easier for you to get approved if you don't have anything to do with any kind of financial institutions. It's significantly easier to get approved if you only receive payments in cryptocurrency or make payments in cryptocurrencies and you do not operate, you do not perform any kind of manipulations with cryptocurrencies, if you know what I mean. No trading, no professional investing, and so on and so forth. So let me fill out this application and proceed the registration process. Well, this part is a little bit tricky. It looks like the application has changed slightly. Ideally, I would pick two of these sections, but something tells me that the registration process will be a little bit easier if I just pick individuals as my client type. So I'm letting Coinbase know that I will be sending payments to individuals by using cryptocurrencies, and I will also receive payments from individuals who pay me with cryptocurrencies. Ideally, I would want to be able to kind of pick two options, but it's all good. Let me click on continue and proceed the registration process. Tell us about the business. Entity type, limited liability company, trust. I have LLC, limited liability company, legal name. All right, there are several sections I can pick from. I do qualify as education and also media and arts. I'll pick media and arts. Country of incorporation, United States, state Florida. You will need to find the exact date on your certificate of incorporation or an alternative document. The name of your incorporation document may vary depending on the type of organization you have and type of state where you filed, where your company was founded. All right, business type. I will pick media production because my company is associated with my YouTube channel. But again, if you represent the marketplace, you would pick whatever is relevant to your particular situation. Here you choose products. I want to be able to have access to Prime and Exchange. But again, if you need this option too, you can choose to select it. My main goal is I need an account where I can cash out, where I can turn crypto into cash, and vice versa, where I can turn cash into crypto. And for that, I need the exchange and Prime features. In this section, you need to pick an email address that you will use as your login. I know it sounds a little bit confusing because we already included the email address and password, but that was for basically our account that we used to register an account for a business. Unlike the case with individual accounts where you just sign up and continue using the same email address, with companies it's a little bit different. You first create an account to begin filling out the application, and then within the application you pick an email address that will be linked to your business account, if it makes sense. All right, so here we just have two default options. There is nothing much we can think of. Coinbase usage. This part is important. Here you need to explain exactly what type of operations you'll be running. I'm picking this, accepting crypto payments for goods and services, because this is exactly why I need my Coinbase account. But once again, you could choose payroll and administrative. You could choose, or actually I'll be sending crypto payments for goods and services. So I'll be doing both, accepting crypto payments and sending crypto payments for goods and services. I don't think that any of these options like ICO or OTC is a good idea. I don't think that it'll be extremely easy for you to get approved if you pick this option, converting funds raised in ICO or operating an OTC service. You'll be required additional licenses and additional documentation. Be mindful before you pick any of these options and really think why you need this. And before you do anything, think why you need this account in the first place. If you are planning to operate legally, if you're not violating anything, if your company is allowed to receive payments, crypto payments, or send crypto payments for goods and services, you should be fine. I am located in Florida and it's totally legal for me to receive Bitcoin or Ethereum as a crypto payment. As long as you declare everything, as long as you pay your taxes, you should be good. What is the anticipated monthly activity? I don't have a huge volume right now, so I'm going to pick this first option. Are you a portfolio company of CB Ventures or one of Coinbase's partners? No. Application code. I don't have a code. Is the entity onboarding listed on a public exchange? No. It's not a public company. Do we operate in any of these restricted regions? No. Where your company is generally located? I'll pick United States, United Kingdom, Germany, Canada, and Australia. Funding sources, business operating funds. I have a working company, and it is important to mention how you actually fund your company because you will need to provide proof. It's not just part of the application process. The Coinbase will request additional documentation, and you will have to provide proof that you fund, let's say, your company by using your personal funds. In that case, they will want to see this incoming funds coming from your personal account. If you receive money from other businesses, or maybe you conduct some activities on your website and you make money by selling something, you will need to have that on your bank statements. This section is optional. I don't think you need to include this. You could probably put something. In my case, it would be shark numbers, but again, based on my experience, this is not important. All right, for this specific section, you can copy and paste your description. I'm just going to include the link to the information related to my company. I hope it works. If it doesn't, I'm going to make changes later. Does this business have a website? Yes. I recommend that you have a business website or a page associated with your business. That way, you will appear as a legitimate business. You will appear as somebody who actually has activities. Fewer questions will be asked, and the registration process will go smoothly. So have a website ready. I'm going to click on save, and I have the list of documents that I need to submit. It sounds like a lot of information is needed, but actually it's not as difficult as it may seem. All right, this application is fairly simple. The only couple of things you have to keep in mind, just make sure you do not mention anything dubious like accepting, like running financial operations, or offering some kind of investment advice, anything that might require additional licensing, and if you don't have that licensing, then make sure you don't pick that option. And once again, only create an account if you are planning to run everything legally, because if you just want to trick Coinbase and run some kind of dubious operations, they'll catch up with you. I recommend that if you intend to receive payments in crypto and send payments in crypto, and you don't need a license for that, go ahead and submit your application. You can also create an application if you do offer financial advice, but you want to make sure that you have all the needed documentation, all the licenses needed. If your application is a little bit more complex than mine, if you are planning to maybe onboard shareholders, maybe you are planning to turn your company into a new, some kind of crypto-backed lending platform or a new crypto bank, you could try to submit your application, but you just have to make sure that you do everything legally and you have proof for everything that you mentioned on your application. Save. The first section is completed. I'll go ahead and provide documents and additional information in the second section as well. All right, here it says, does any individual own between 10% and 24%? 10 and 24? No. Does an individual own 25 or more? Yes. Is this entity owned by another legal entity? No, but it doesn't matter. It could be owned by another legal entity. Just keep in mind that, if you have a complicated legal structure and you have some offshore companies involved, you might be screwed, because everything that is associated with companies owned by companies will be investigated. So Coinbase will deeper into the final beneficiary. So let's say if you have a complex structure, you have investors who put money, in a complicated way by using offshore companies, the entire chain will be investigated all the way down to the root beneficiary. So I'm basically the owner and the manager of the company, and I own 100% in this specific entity, but it doesn't matter. You may have several co-founders. You will have to submit IDs of those individuals, and each individual will be checked to read. It doesn't matter. Okay, it looks like I have to repeat the process once again. So with the first application, I had to provide a copy of my ID, and here I have to provide a copy of my ID once again. It's just a slightly different kind of section that involves owners of the organization versus the previous one that had something to do with something else. Because I'm the sole owner of my company, I don't need to fill out this particular application, but make sure that you add every single shareholder, every single individual or a company that owns your business. Once again, I previously mentioned that if your company is owned by another company, it will be investigated. You don't need to worry about that. If your company is owned by another US company, no big deal. I'm just saying that if your company has to do with offshores, investors who put their money into your company through offshores, that could be investigated because there could be a hypothetical money laundry activity involved, or maybe funds are put from by investors from countries that are under sanctions and so on and so forth. So just be mindful. But again, provide all the information that is needed. You won't be able to lie on the application because everything will be investigated. They will get to the bottom of the chain regardless of what you're going to put on this application. You have one question left to fill out. Do you want to answer it now? Yes, answer now. All right, done. The second section is completed. Required documents. Now I will need to provide additional documents. I don't have too many documents. I only have the certificate of incorporation and the EIN number. Depending on the structure, you might have additional documents. I don't have authorized representative list, so I'm just going to upload my certificate of incorporation here and here. I'll upload the same document twice. All right, so I duplicated the same document twice. Here it says directors registered. I don't have this document, but since it's mandatory to upload something, I'm just going to copy the same document and the same document here. Here I'm going to upload my bank statement. This is all done. And finally, W-9 form. I'm pretty sure you know how to fill out W-9 form if you have a business. All right, just go online, find W-9 form, fill it out, and upload it here. Saved. Product settings. Let's see. I'm just going to include myself on this application. And once again, I have to upload my ID. All right, I didn't know that this section now exists. Each account user will require a UB key to access their Prime account, and no other form of two-factor authentication is allowed. I don't know, I'll skip it for now, but I might need it later. I just want to speed up the process. I'm not sure if this is a great idea to request the UB key, but let's see. I'll choose no for now. In my case, no matter what I pick, doesn't really matter what I pick here because I'm the sole member of the company, the only founder of the company. But if there are several shareholders in your organization, then you may choose if you want all of them to approve or you want some of them to approve. So to me, it doesn't matter. No matter what I choose, I'm the only person who will have to approve that I own this account and I allow Coinbase to create a business account associated with my company. Saved. Looks like everything is ready now. I'm going to click on submit application. My application is in review. I will come back once I have updates. All right, guys, several days later, I'm finally done with this registration process, which was super weird by any means. A couple of days later, after submitting my application, I received this weird email stating that I have to make an upfront onboarding fee. It clearly sounded like a scam to me, but it was not a scam. It looks like it was either a mistake on the Coinbase website and he/she asked me to do things that I wasn't supposed to be doing, or maybe I checked something that I wasn't supposed to check during the registration process. In any case, I wanted to clarify that I do not want any extra services and I just want to create a basic Coinbase account tied to my business. After submitting this brief explanation, I received another email 3 days later with 5 bullet points. Weirdly enough, it was kind of replicated, except this first version. It seemed like this first version was received by a rep from their supervisor and it was just copied and pasted, and this second version was slightly rephrased. In any case, I responded with my explanation. I explained that I'm a crypto YouTuber and I do not trade on behalf of others. I don't have a DBA certificate. It's the first time, by the way, I was ask this kind of question, usually third-party service providers don't care if you have a DBA certificate or not. But I explained that I don't have that kind of certificate, and I thought that my answers were good enough. But no, I was asked additional questions related to the DBA certificate, and I was also asked to provide a letter that states that I'm the only shareholder, the only beneficiary of the company. So I had to create this unnecessary and really strange looking letter that says something like I, Ivan Kivi, own name of the company, and I confirm that Ivan Kivi is the only person that runs and manages the company. It looked very weird, but I had to provide that piece of document, which is something that I did. And then I received DocuSign documents, very standard agreements. So I signed all the agreements and I signed the W-9 form, and I thought the entire thing was over and I was going to be approved. But no, one day later, I was asked to provide proof that my company was elected to be treated as an S corporation. That was a very strange request because W-9 is needed so that Coinbase can provide IRS with information on how much a particular company, like my company, earned over a period of time. It's absolutely not important for Coinbase to even know if my company is S Corp or LLC or any other type of entity. And it's the first time I was asked this weird question, so I had to reach out to my accountant, ask to provide me with this form. It's just really weird. Well, finally, after providing all this information, then representative, before I was finally approved, the representative had issues downloading my PDF, so I had to re-upload it once again. So I'm not sure if there is like lack of competence on the Coinbase side and they just have junior level staff members, or those steps were taken as a form of extra precaution because the company Coinbase faced issues with maybe some bad actors or regulators. We don't know. But here is my takeaway. Registration of a business account on Coinbase was the most difficult one. I have business accounts on Binance US and Gemini. Gemini accepted my application in just one day without asking silly questions, without requesting too much information. Coinbase for Business used to be easy too. I used to register a business account on Coinbase without any issues about 3-4 years ago. But I suppose something happened. Maybe the company was screwed by some bad actors or regulators, which is why the reps are so paranoid. But maybe just lack of competence and they have to take a look at their staff members. But in any case, it is what it is. If you want to have an account on Coinbase, definitely stay patient. You will need that patience because you might face unexpected obstacles and it feels like there's too much pain. But it is probably worth it to have a business account on Coinbase. So just stay patient and provide the company with all additional information they request from you. I'm done for now. I hope this video was useful. I'll talk to you soon. Ivan KV out.